The UK border is becoming very strict now. When I mean strict, just like they've made everything strict now, they're investigating a lot of things going on at the moment. So never say this once you get to the UK border. Hey guys, compliments of the season. Welcome to the month of December, and I pray that this month is definitely going to bring to us all the good news that we've been expecting from January. Hopefully, God is going to bring them to manifestation this December. So be positive, okay, and also be intentional. If this is your first time of seeing this beautiful face, my name is Fajira, and as you can see, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration update, like everything you can think about the UK. I share them on this channel, and also how you can migrate successfully in an affordable way with your family to the UK. So if this is the kind of content you've been looking for, or maybe your friends and loved ones, to subscribe and also like and share this video with them. I'm very sure that this channel will make their relocation journey to be very easy, smooth, and very affordable. So in today's video, guys, like you know, I always bring every content about UK, like everything that is happening at the border, opportunities and everything. You know that the UK immigration is becoming very tough now, especially the Home Office trying to cut down net migration and so on, and this is already raising a lot of alerts, especially for those who are arriving in the UK, because ordinarily before now, like I would say 10-12 years ago, the UK was not like this, to be honest. I have to be very honest. But now, because a lot of things have been going on, arriving in the UK as a skilled worker, especially if you're coming from a country on the red list, guys, you have to watch this video and also share this video, because it has sent a lot of people to detention camp, and some of them are beginning to look for solicitors, and if the case does not go well, they will be deported. Now, one of the things they ask you once you arrive at the UK border, the first thing they will ask you is, where are you going to? And if you do not know where you're going to, it's definitely going to be a big problem. If you have not watched my previous videos on the questions that is asked at the border, please watch those videos. I'll leave them in the description of this video so that it will help you, like you'll be prepared. We all know that when you're relocating to a new country, especially a country you haven't been before, sometimes we get panic, even out of excitement, because we are not sure of what we are expecting. And imagine you get to the border and the person that is speaking to you, maybe you're not listening very attentively to understand what the person is going to ask you, then already you've created that panic in you. So somebody arrived in the UK, about 3 of them or so, but they made different mistakes, and this has made the company to lose their license, which is why I'm sharing this video. So you have to be careful, because even when a company loses their license, as an employee, you're also affected. Another question that you will be asked, not like May, this is a short question, because everybody that have been in touch with me that just arrived, they wrote the same questions and sent to me, because once my viewers arrive, when they message me, I just send them, okay, what was the questions? They send it to me so that I can be able to use it to help other people to be prepared as well, which is what I am doing now. These are questions that are collected from those that just arrived in the UK and those who are already in trouble already. Some of them are in detention center that the UK Home Office is thinking of sending them back. Some of them have gotten their representative, so we don't know how it's going to go. When it comes to recruiting people from overseas, there is a standard, especially when you're on the red list. You're not allowed to be recruited through a third party. So what most agents do is that they link you up with a company and they just leave you to deal with the company directly, you know. But the thing is, some people still get their jobs through agents, which is why I always say that if you're coming to the UK and you got your job through an agent, you have to be very careful, because the lady that came recently has made the company lost their license. And imagine that this company has recruited maybe up to 50 people or thereabouts, and just 1 or 2 persons will make that company lose their license. Bearing in mind that the other people that have arrived successfully will also be affected. Right now, the company's license has been revoked, which means that they cannot sponsor people from overseas. So this lady arrived in the UK and she was asked a question about her COS. If you remember, and if you have been following my videos, you will know that I always mention that print your COS. Print all the documents you will need to present at the border. Just print them and put them in a separate file. I'm sure that if this lady has printed all the documents and put in a separate file, this would not happen. So she was asked about the job recruitment, how she got the job. Remember that even with your job interview, with your job interview with your organization, the home office, they may still conduct an interview just to be sure that you are qualified for the role that has been given to you. So they conduct interviews randomly. So now this lady got to the UK and she didn't come with her COS. When they asked her, how did you get a job? She said, I got a job through this, I got a job through that. And she told them, okay, can we see your certificate of sponsorship? Gave them permission to go through the WhatsApp chat where she has the COS, and only for the immigration officer to find out that this COS was sent through a third party, which is a recruitment agent. And this is a lady from a country on the red list. And you could see other messages from the agent and what she paid and everything. So they now start asking her questions. And she was like, yeah, I got it through an agent. I paid this amount. I paid that amount. I had to contact the company to find out. I think the owner of the company was saying something else. The employee was saying something else. And she was detained for some time. At the end of the day, as I speak to you now, the company's license has been revoked. And this woman will have to look for another organization that will sponsor her. Now she has just arrived in the UK. She hasn't even gotten into the UK to settle down, to even get accommodation and everything. And the company's license has been revoked. Somebody who is coming from the country on the red list, you should be able to print out all your documents and have it handy. So any documents that you're asked, you present. Any documents you're asked, you present. Now, because of the COS that she didn't print, this is what has happened to her. So please, guys, if you're coming to the UK, if you're coming as a student as well, anything you're coming to the UK to do, please, if it's your CAS, make sure you print your CAS and have it handy. If it's your certificate of sponsorship, which is your COS, make sure you print it and have it handy. I'll tell you another thing the Home Office is doing, especially for students. In the past, the Home Office will just interview you randomly, especially if you're a student. They don't really interview everybody. But now I think they are interviewing almost everybody, and not just almost everybody, including their dependents. So please, you have to be very careful. There are questions they ask now. If you're a dependent, they ask, how long have you known this person? And the body language, remember, the people you're dealing with are psychologists. And from your body language, they could even tell when you're not being honest. So these are things you have to be prepared for. They are also asking about how was your interview conducted. Lots of people have got this job without maybe interview, or maybe they did their interview through a third party or thereabouts. Please, guys, whenever you're doing your interview for your job, ensure you have a screenshot. Just as you're on the interview call, take permission from whoever is interviewing you to say, sorry, I want to screenshot. Just in case the Home Office asks for additional documents, I will have to show them, because right now the Home Office is asking for additional documents to show that you actually had your interview. If you have not taken the screenshot, or maybe you don't have an interview invite, maybe it was a WhatsApp interview, whatever, it's going to be a big problem for you, because you will be unable to provide it. So please don't put yourself in this mess. Make sure you have an evidence of your interview, because even at the point of entry, they have asked a lot of people, how did you get this job? And that is how they've been finding out a lot of things that have been happening, because some people will actually say, I paid this amount, I paid that amount, I paid this amount, I paid that amount. And from there, they call the organization. The organization may not even know what the employee have said, and from there they get into trouble. They start investigation, especially those companies that are busy collecting money from people to give them job, and sometimes they end up not giving them hours. So please, if you're moving to the UK, this is just a reminder. Don't forget your offer letter. Print it out, put it in your folder. Don't forget your course, or maybe your CAS if you're coming as a student, and the address you'll be staying. Make sure you know all of this, because this is causing a lot of disaster now. And now, sometimes they go say, do you know what a CPRO is? And if you don't know what a CPRO is, then how are you qualified to be a carer? When we are already getting a lot of information that most of the carers are busy making a lot of mistakes that has led to different disasters in the organizations. Please, guys, be prepared. The UK is a very lovely place, to be honest. I've been here for almost 13 years now, and is a sweet place to stay. In as much as I talk about moving to the UK. I wouldn't want you to spend all your spending and at the end of the day, you still make mistake that may send you back. Because most of these mistakes are sending new migrants back to their countries. And some of them are currently at the detention center, just waiting for them to be sent back home. Some of them, immediately, once they call the employer and the employer sends and they say, please cancel the visa, the employer, because they know that if they carry on with the investigation, other employees will be affected. But now, what the Home Office is doing, once they sense, cancel the visa, they still go ahead to investigate that particular company. It's not about the employer telling the Home Office, cancel the visa, and they will just cancel and leave them alone. They are investigating a lot. Check the license sponsors list, like I always mention. Check the companies you know before, and check if they are still there. A lot of companies are going out of the list on daily basis. In as much as new companies are also added on daily basis. But please, just be aware that moving to the UK, you have to know the reason why you're coming to the UK. You have to be very prepared. You don't have to get there and start panicking. Another question that you really have to know how to answer is, how long have you been a carer? Because you're coming to care for other people, yeah. So now the question that you who is coming to care for other people, how long have you been a carer? If you have been a carer for 1 or 2 years, make sure you tell them, I've been a carer in my country for 1 or 2 years. I did this, I did that, I did. Just go straight to the point. And remember, don't answer any question that you are not asked. As they ask you, straight answer, give them the answer. As they ask you, straight, give them the answer. So you don't go and say something that will trigger another question, okay? Try not to show any document from your WhatsApp, if you can. Because, like I said, the girl that had this problem now, the company that brought her, their license is now revoked. Try to make sure you print out all your documents, put them in a separate folder, including your passport and everything, and have that folder in your handbag. So once you get to the border, you bring out the folder or the file that is meant for that purpose. And as they're asking you, you're giving them. As they're asking you, and the next thing, welcome to the United Kingdom. You don't have to stress yourself. It's not a stress, but you know, people get stressed because they haven't gotten the job in the right way. And most of the people that face these challenges are people that actually paid for their courses and so on. So some people, you think that once you pay for the cost, you have crossed to the UK. Guys, it's not like that. You still have a lot to do. You have to start praying after you have paid. You have to start praying that your visa should be out. To start praying about your arrival at the border. You have to start praying about crossing the border successfully. You have to start praying about getting accommodation. Apart from getting accommodation, now the organization you have paid to, most of them may not have hours, and they just say, yeah, we have hours. You have to start praying that this organization you have paid to should have hours for you. There is a lot more to do after paying for your course. So please, be mindful and be watchful. And just to let you know that there are lots of fake courses now. That will be in my future video, so that you don't fall a victim and you don't get banned for 10 years, which I know a lot of people. Go to my comments, you'll see them crying. They've been banned for 10 years for what they knew nothing about. So please be very vigilant and be very observant. We've actually come to the end of this video. Please do like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. It will help them. And also, if you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye for now.